Hello everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the pros and cons whether you should become a pilot driving one of these things, or I should say flying one of these things, or a truck driver driving one of these things. Let's see, we're going to go through the pros, the cons of each. We're going to see how much it costs to get one and how much the potential is going to be in actually making the money. So the first thing that you have to understand is pretty much the steps are pretty much the same. You're going to have to go through some schooling, get a skill, you're going to have to pass a few tests, get a certification, and then you have the ability to fly either one of these things or drive one of these things. So first let's talk about the schooling and what the process actually looks like. So to become an airplane pilot, that means that you are going to have to go through quite a bit of schooling. There's actually 4-year colleges that offer this type of service with extra things involved as well. But just to kind of give you the idea of how that process works, and I know this because I've actually tried to get my private pilot's license in the past, is first thing you're going to have to do is pass a few written tests, which is a long written test where you're going to have to know a whole bunch of math. You're going to have to know how the weather works and everything like that for your basic pilot's license. And then you're going to have to pass a flying test, right, or a practical test. And then that just gives you your basic license. If you want to be able to do this for income, that means you're going to have to get a whole bunch of extra ratings on top of it, which means like a commercial rating, I'm not an expert, but jet rating, depending on the type of planes that you were looking to fly as a pilot, which just means that you're going to have to do more training, which is supposed to be important, right? Because these machines are huge and can be complicated to learn how to fly, and you're going to have to do a whole lot of training hours. So that being said, that process is easily, I've seen as low as about $70,000 to $80,000 in all to get yourself trained enough to become an actual commercial pilot. So then you can actually start flying for the airlines and making some money. Or you can go with the CDL route if you're looking to drive a truck, or maybe you're just looking to change your career and you want to know what the best option is out there. Truck drivers, for instance, it's pretty much 2 simple steps. Step number 1, you have to pass 3 different written tests to get yourself a CDL permit. Step number 2, you're going to have to pass a 2.5-hour long road test to get your license. Once you pass those sets of tests, that's it. There's no extra ratings that you have to go through, and you can actually start making money right away, right? So in those courses there, depending on the school you go to, you can go maybe $3,000. I've seen as high as $15,000 depending on the school, but it's going to be much cheaper than the $80,000 to $100,000 range when it comes to learning how to fly a jet engine, so then you can actually start making some money, right? So if you're thinking about it, well, okay, if I'm going to be spending almost 10 times the amount of money, more than 10, maybe 20 times the amount of money on learning how to fly, I must make a whole lot more money when I actually become a pilot, right? Well, that is where the answer is wrong. So if you're willing to work very hard as a pilot, and after you got yourself in a whole lot of debt, now you're ready to fly the regional routes, and you're not going to start off as captain like anything else. You got to work your way up. So starting salaries are anywhere from that $40,000 to $60,000 range, right? And that's after maybe 3 to 4 years of schooling with over $100,000 in actual debt that you're in. Now, when it comes to the truck driving side, you can finish schooling within as little as a month, maybe 3 months, and you're talking about, we'll say just $4,000, maybe $5,000, depending on the school you go to, right? So 1 to 3 months of actual training there. That's $3,000 to $4,000 range, $3,000 to $5,000 range there. And the starting salary with a normal truck driver around the board and around the country is around the $50,000 to $60,000 range. So even if you want to give it to $40,000 to $60,000, it's the same exact starting salary. You're just getting there much quicker. Well, the next thing you can say, well, John, pilots are going to make a lot more money in the long run than truck drivers. Well, let's play that out. So actually, pilots, yeah, you can make a lot of money after a whole lot of flight time, which means you got to pretty much dedicate yourself, and you got to be out of your own home. You're not going to be home every single day, and you have pretty much very limited places that will actually hire you, because how many airlines are there actually out there, right? So there is a shortage for pilots currently, so finding a job won't be hard. So you're going to cap out in that regional route at around $100,000, and that's after a few years and working your way up to captain itself, right? So on the CDL side, and that's on the regional route. On the CDL side, within once you get to 1 to 2 years experience, we have many students making $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 a year in a much shorter time period, which means that you can get your CDL license, start working, and within a maximum of 2 years start making about $70,000 to $80,000, while your buddy who wanted to go become a pilot is actually still in school and accumulating debt. So now you might be thinking, well, over the long haul, pilots are going to make more. Well, it is true. If you want to dedicate your life to becoming a pilot, the top end pilots can make $300,000 to $400,000 a year, which is great. On average, if you're looking to do those long flights, and you have a lot of experience, and by a lot of experience I mean 10 years in as a pilot is going to give you the seniority that you need to start getting the flights and the routes that you're looking for, right? Because once you get to that top level, you're competing with those minimum amount of routes. Then yeah, you can make $300,000 to $400,000 a year flying and being a pilot itself. Now, can a truck driver make that much money? Yes, you can. And you can do it much less than 10 years. We have a program here at Driving Academy that can help people become an owner-operator. And as an owner-operator, if you just have one truck by yourself, you can make, with the route that we have, anywhere from $120,000 to $160,000 a year in pure profit. Now, how much money do you want to make? All you got to do is start adding trucks, start adding people, and start building a business around yourself, which is a lot easier to build a trucking business than purchasing a bunch of airplanes and trying to do the same thing there, right? So as a pilot itself, you're probably going to be capped off at some point. As a truck driver, it's unlimited on how much money you can make. So you get to decide. It's much cheaper and much quicker to get your CDL license. There's unlimited earning potential as a CDL driver because you can start your own company, or you can go the airplane side, which is, hey, you get to wear a nice button-down shirt every day. You're going to have to spend a whole lot of money on the actual training itself, and then work your way up after 10 years and then make some big bucks, but you are going to be limited on how much you can actually make, right? So at the end of the day, the choice is ultimately yours. If you want to go with the CDL route, in that case, you got to pick the best driving school around, and that's where we come in. Here at Driving Academy, we have a mission of helping 1 million people. That's right, I said 1 million people on the road to freedom. We're over the 50,000 person mark already, so we got a whole way to go, but now we have some cool things coming up in the plan that's going to help us accelerate and get to those 1 million people sooner. And we can only do that by helping you out. So how do we help people out? One, we have guaranteed training courses available. This is where we can guarantee that you walk away with a CDL license, which means we're going to give you over 100 hours of training plus unlimited attempts at the road test itself. So that means you're going to keep going for the test until you pass at no extra cost to you. Second thing that you have to understand is that we offer payment plans. So all you need is $500 down to get started. Then we can work out a payment plan for the rest. And when it comes to the whole airplane thing, then you're going to have to come up with a whole lot more dough or take on a whole lot more debt. And then the third thing that you have to understand is we're open up 7 days a week, which means you can keep your full-time job, come to school on a part-time basis if you choose to, so then you can actually have bills that you pay, right? If you want to go become an airplane pilot, however, you're probably going to have to quit whatever you're doing and just focus on that part-time if that's the career that you want to go after. So like I said, pros and cons to everything. You get to decide at the end of the day. Your life is yours. But we're here to empower you and get yourself on your road to freedom. And freedom to us means you need choices. And on this planet that we live in, choices mean you need economic or money in your pockets, and then you can actually have more choices. And what's more fun than driving where you want to go and making more money while you're doing it? So if you are interested in learning more, give us a call, 908-525-3609, or check out our virtual school tour at cdldrivingacademy.com/tour. And when you finish the program with us and you go through the training and you're going to love it, we're actually going to help you find a job as well. So if you need help finding work, we have lifetime job placement with all of our students itself. So one more time, give us a call, 908-525-3609. Why fly these planes all the time when you can build a trucking empire in half the time and make a whole lot more money doing it? So give us a call, 908-525-3609, or check out our virtual school tour at cdldrivingacademy.com/tour, cdldrivingacademy.com/tour. Thanks. Have a great day. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.